Welcome to Voices of iDAC, where we speak to architects, designers, and industry leaders about how design can make spaces better for people and for planet. Hi Harsh, hi Dhanraj. Thank you for joining us at Voices of iDAC. Can
Thank
we
you for having
begin?
us.
Thank you for having us.
Okay. Tell us about this venture. How did it come about? Was it a people first collaboration or a product first collaboration?
You let me answer. I've known Dhanraj for several years. We've grown up together, and we've always had a synergy. And when it came to work, we found that there's sort of, we're in the middle of this Venn diagram. We have a lot of qualities in common, starting with integrity, which is what I look for in partnerships, and the desire to innovate. So he's always anxious to see what's next, always aware of what's happening in forward economies, where technology is concerned in his field and what's happening around him. And we got along very well on those fronts, and so we decided to collaborate together. Also, from a consumer's point of view, I felt they needed to look at systems and furniture cohesively, which is not being done at the moment.
Correct.
And we were able to bring this value to our customers.
That's fantastic. Dhanraj, would you like to add something?
So, Hersh being third generation into furniture, I think he brings a lot of value overall to the entire ecosystem of design. And me being first generation since 2010 into giving lights, automation into spaces, we realize that there is something very importantly missing, is that we need to get into spaces from design stage, from design up to deployment. And he felt the same towards furniture. I feel the same towards lighting technologies, towards automation. That what is missing is that every site wants to do this, but they'll end up taking this as a second decision, latter decision. Harsh brought up a very important point. We both take our work extremely seriously, very sincerely. Most of our relationships have always been 100% there. We've never had any issues with any of our projects, any clients, and it was the best way for us to collaborate to see how a smart office in this particular case can blend together. It could be any particular blend, but we wanted to merge, blend, integrate cohesively a smart space.
Yeah, I think that makes much sense because, as you said, you want it to be synced in together from the design stage, like from a perspective of a user also. I think it's important to think about the lighting automation from a very beginning stage of design and implement it at the start point of the homes, Okay, so tell me, starting with Harsh, workspaces have changed a lot last few years. How has that shift influenced the way office furniture is designed today?
I'd say post the pandemic, people have realized many things about the longevity and life itself, life at work and work at life. So from that one perspective, there's a category of family offices. They've really taken to this, and they've decided they're going to spend their lifetime in that space, and they're not looking at furniture just as furniture, and they wanted to blend with the DNA of that organization, with the culture they envision to be in that space. And our job is to push the envelope a little bit and get them to sort of start thinking a little more creatively, that wherever we're using, a particular product, how can we substitute it for something a little more designed, a little more fluid, a little that adds to the business function as well. So generally, our process starts from understanding what the company stands for, what the business function of that particular space is. Like, some spaces are designed for high-end stakeholders to be visiting that space. Some are just back offices, some are front of house. Every business has a different function. So we try to cohesively merge the function, the designer's vision, sometimes the budget, the look and feel of the space, all into one sort
Everything
of category.
together. Correct.
And so it's like styling the space.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes. And Dhanraj, do you have to add something to this?
I think Harsh said it very correctly. As long as we are able to understand the project's requirement, the client's requirement, and give them what they exactly want, and do it in a way that it is a long-term practical solution, it blends with the aesthetics of the given space, it's not just a last minute thought that was bought out from an online store or some shop. It needs to be a part of their ecosystem very correctly, and that's what we bring to the table.
Absolutely. Okay. So for you, Dhanraj, technologies are changing at a very rapid pace. And this means consumer constantly wants something new every single day. How do you keep up with these changing demands?
I think this is the most important question you have asked, and this is what we are built for. There is a constant tech change, a very transient world. Today, something is obsolete very easily. We need to stay up to date. What we want to give to a given space is the ability to give you a technology that is here to stay, something evergreen. We constantly advise our design partners, also our designers, architects, interior designers, and the client, of course. We all constantly tell them the same thing, that we must look at first your requirement. Second, is it here to stay? Are we giving you an evergreen solution? And third, of course, there is a budget involved everywhere. We can't be foolish in saying that I can get you this, but if it's at an absurd price point, it's not valuable to anybody. So we are here exactly to consult, to source, to develop, to create, and to eventually blend with your design tech that you need here to stay and support you for the journey of your space.
Perfect. Okay. So perhaps you can give us an example of a key redeeming feature that you offer in workspaces that is very trending right now.
Couple of trending features are there. For example, from a lighting technologies perspective, it's circadian rhythm, human-centric lighting, where we do with a product called artificial skylight. It could be brought about with many other products, but what we have learned from very, very qualified lighting designers as well, and scientifically it has proven that circadian rhythm improves human efficiency. So productivity best got from employees, from leadership, from management using lighting is something that is really trending and we are giving. Secondly is the ability to use a space in multifaceted ways. For example, if you are using, say, your executive cabin also as a meeting room, also as a conference room, also as a huddle room, we have a lot of new innovative product lines. For example, we have a drop-down TV lift. We have the ability to move the conference room easily from one table to another huddle room. So scalability, moving things from here to there. Let's say you're on rent and it's a large space. We can't ask you to keep reinvesting. So we are thoughtful about that as well, to ensure that it is not only scalable when your office grows, it's scalable when your office moves. So that's, I think, something that we add a lot of value.
That's perfect. Okay, now a quick rapid fire for both of you. Tell me, Harsh, one workplace trend that needs to slow down right now.
I think people need to start approaching us at inception.
Correct.
Because we understand which product can be placed where, and above all, we understand where, what's the mission and vision of that organization, and what we can do to bring that together. Because planning takes time, sourcing takes time, manufacturing sometimes takes time, and we want to do it in the right direction, cohesively. So, and usually it's at inception where the founder or the promoter, the principal designer or the associate and ourselves can get together.
Correct.
When we craft out the vision for the project, sometimes people approach us when it's too late. And then at that point, they're just looking for kursi and table. Right?
Yeah.
And so they're not able to use our efficiency.
Perfect.
They're not able to do
Absolutely.
much.
So inception is the time when they need to get in touch with you.
Very correct.
Correct. And for you, Dhanraj, one workplace trend that needs to slow down?
I think a lot of new offices are trying to buy things just online. They see it somewhere, they'll Google it. Of course, now everybody's chat GPTing, and they're trying to embed it, and it completely looks shabby. It is not utilized to its fullest efficiency. I'm very averse to seeing wires hanging, cables dangling. This is again going back to what Hersh is saying, is that we need to be there from design stage. If we are able to resolve that with designers and with the end client, we can give them such a futuristic, smart solution that it is there to stay for the lifetime of, as long as they are managing that space.
Perfect. Okay, so one thing you guys do differently from everyone else. Harsh?
We
Everything.
Yeah, everything is different about us. I can't think of anybody else who does what
Okay.
we can offer to the customer. Large quantums, from very large quantums in record time, within 30 to 40 days, we can do 3,000, 4,000 wardrobes, 10, 15,000 chairs. And with the right application, with the right value in its place, down to boutique offices where they're looking for something truly different, which is circular, sustainable. Again, depending on the, what the brief is and what we feel we can add to it. So I think that's something that, and energy, honestly, we bring a lot of energy. And
That's for sure.
we don't just, slam our catalogs on the table and says, select what you want. This is, find a space to put it. No, we give us the space and we'll find what we can curate for you. So we work in a different way. It's very dialogue based.
Okay.
So as you say, we are conversationalists, not consultants.
Okay, perfect.
So
that makes complete sense. Okay, and for you?
So I think the most important elevator pitch that I would like to say that we have different from anybody else is the fact that from pre-sales, project execution, and most importantly post-sales, we are your single window contact. We have a single customer care number. We make sure that every customer, every client is confident when it talks about, are you going to be able to service me for the next 10 years, for the 15 years? And we want to give that assurance to the client. So we've created this single window integrated approach towards everything that we do. And very important, what Hersh said is that we really try to get into the dynamics of what's happening at the site, try to get into the understanding of what the client actually wants, what the designer wants to blend with the design. Because designers are so busy with material management that we will come to make life easier for them in our own perspective.
Of course. Thank you both for joining us at Voices of iDAC. It was wonderful having and getting such beautiful insights from both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you. Great spaces are not just about designs or materials. They are more about thoughtful decisions, responsibilities, and choices. Thank you for joining us at Voices of iDAC.